What happens when a cold-hearted decision to abandon a sick Mustang horse in the wilderness leads to an inspiring tale of survival and redemption? This story takes you deep into the wild, where a determined hermit and a resilient horse fight against all odds to defy fate. Stay tuned to witness a journey that showcases courage, trust, and the unbreakable bond between man and nature, a story that will grip your heart. Until the very last moment, the forest was silent as dusk settled over the Montana wilderness, its vastness cloaked in shades of gray and amber. Amid the stillness, a scene of quiet desperation unfolded. A frail Mustang stood tethered to a tree, its dull chestnut coat marked with signs of neglect. The horse's once proud spirit had been reduced to a shadow, its body trembling as it struggled to remain upright. Nearby, a man adjusted the rope that bit into the horse's neck. His name was Henry Cole, a rancher, worn down by life's struggles. "You're more trouble than you're worth," he muttered, stepping back with indifference. With debts mounting and little hope for his ranch's future, the horse was a burden he could no longer bear. As the man walked away, leaving the Mustang to its fate, the howls of wolves echoed through the trees. The horse closed its eyes, its breath shallow, ready to succumb to the inevitable. Just as the predators emerged from the shadows, a sharp whistle pierced the air, breaking the tense stillness. The wolves froze, their glowing eyes shifting toward the sound. From the darkness, an old man appeared, a lantern in hand and determination in his stride. "Away!" he shouted, his voice cutting through the night. The wolves hesitated, their primal instincts sensing the man's resolve, and one by one they retreated into the forest. The man, Eli, approached the Mustang horse audaciously. His sharp eyes took in the animal's frailty. "They left you to die," he murmured, pulling out a knife to cut the rope. The horse flinched but lacked the strength to resist. As the last strand fell away, the Mustang horse collapsed, its legs unable to bear its weight. With surprising strength for his wiry frame, Eli fashioned a sled from branches. Carefully lifting the horse onto it, hitched to his mule, the sled creaked through the wilderness toward Eli's secluded cabin. For the first time in days, the Mustang horse wasn't staring death in the face. It had found a glimmer of hope. Eli named the Mustang horse Blaze, drawn to the flicker of life still burning within its broken frame. He spent days nursing Blaze back to health, cleaning its wounds and feeding it herbal mixtures brewed over his fire. Slowly, Blaze's coat regained its shine, and its eyes began to lose the dullness of defeat. But the wilderness was never without danger. At night, the howls of wolves echoed through the trees, their presence a constant reminder of the fight for survival. Eli kept watch, rifle in hand, as Blaze grew stronger with each passing day. One morning, Eli removed the bandages from Blaze's legs. "All right, boy," he said softly, stepping back. "Let's see if you're ready." Blaze struggled to stand, its legs trembling under the effort. Finally it rose, taking its first tentative steps. Eli smiled, his pride evident. "You've still got fight in you," he said, watching as the Mustang horse slowly regained its strength and spirit. Just as peace returned, danger loomed in the form of 3 men on horseback. Their leader dismounted, a smirk on his face. "That horse belongs to us," he said coldly, his hand resting on a revolver. Eli stood his ground, his rifle steady. "You left him to die, he's not yours anymore," he said firmly. The men exchanged glances before retreating with a warning, "We'll be back." That night, Eli prepared for their return, fortifying his cabin and setting traps around the clearing. Blaze, sensing the unease, stood close, his eyes scanning the shadows. When the men returned, Blaze was ready. As they charged into the clearing, the Mustang horse reared, his hooves striking the air with defiance. The attackers, unprepared for such a fierce defense, quickly retreated, leaving Eli and Blaze victorious. Eli knew then that Blaze's journey wasn't meant to end in captivity. The next morning he opened the gate to the forest, his voice steady despite the lump in his throat. "Go on, Blaze, you've earned it." The Mustang horse hesitated, their bond unspoken but deep, before disappearing into the trees. Eli returned to his quiet life, but Blaze's presence lingered. Occasionally he would catch a glimpse of the horse running free, a testament to resilience and the unbreakable spirit of the wild. This is the story of Blaze, a Mustang horse that overcame abandonment and fought for freedom. If this tale inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Help us spread the message of hope, courage, and the enduring bond between humans and animals. Together, we can ensure no life is ever left behind.